Hi, and welcome back to TshirtRiches.com. My name is Ross, and I'm going to print some shirts today. A lot of people have been asking about just pressing shirts in general, and we got a small order from a church for a fundraiser. It was a small church. I think they had maybe 4 or 5 kids doing a fundraiser, and they sold 40 shirts. So what I'm going to do is print these 40 shirts here for anybody who wants to watch it, and during the course of the video I'll talk about some different things as it relates to printing t-shirts with the heat press, some tips, tricks, etc. 40 shirts, typically it'll take about 15-20 minutes to print them. It might go longer again because I'm going to be talking and pausing and showing you some stuff, but again, they did about 40 shirts. They sold them, I believe she said, for $21.95 or $20.95, and you know, profit wise they'll make about $500 profit off of this. So that's about 4 kids selling about 10 shirts a piece. It was a small church. Sometimes we get churches that'll send orders in for 300, 500, 700, and 1,000 shirts at a time. Again, depends on how many people are doing the fundraiser. And off of this 40 shirt order, we'll make about $180, $220 profit. I have to do the math off of this, and again, 15-20 minutes worth of work and you're making $200. And the beauty about fundraisers is this: these churches and organizations, they will generally do 2 to 3 fundraisers a year, and they'll continue to order couple of times a year. And every Christmas we'll send them out a promo, some catalogs to them, whereby they can give them out to the members and say, hey, these make great Christmas gifts. And again, it's another opportunity for them to make some money off of the t-shirt sale. So there's a variety of things you can do, but anyhow, I'm just going to print them out, and you'll see the variety of designs that we have. These are stock transfer designs, actually, just to show you that you don't have to have your own designs to get started. You can use somebody else's designs and you can start selling t-shirts right away, raising money. So what I'm going to do is just start printing, and typically, generally you want to preheat your t-shirt. That'll get a lot of the moisture out of the shirt, and it'll get all the wrinkles out of the t-shirt as well, so that number one, you have a more even area to press your shirts on, and it also helps the ink stick around, stay longer. It increases the longevity of the design on the t-shirt. And again, when you transfer, of course, the ink comes off. You can only use the transfer one time, and you'll get this, of course, taking it to the streets, the gospel. And I have a little chair here. I'm at home. I brought this stuff home because I wanted to shoot this video. So I'm just going to lay the shirts on top of that, on top of the chair, and we'll just stack them up. And you know, on average, each transfer will stay on the transfer. The timer technically should be set for 8 seconds. I got it on for 10 seconds. And again, I'm just preheating it slightly, and we'll press. There's lots of different ways for you to make money with t-shirts. Flea markets, people go to concerts, and again, it really depends on the niche that you're catering to. I'm pretty much sticking with fundraisers, churches, Christian bookstores. These are people who would generally order in bulk. And as you can see here, I'm just taking my time. I'm not worried about getting burnt or anything like that. And the preheat adds a few extra seconds on. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, but it depends on the print. I've gotten very comfortable and familiar with printing these prints over and over again, so some of them I know which to preheat, and some I can get away with it. And as you can see, I'm not concerned about burning myself. I've been doing this for a while, and let me show you that. And it's fun. It's fun. You can literally do this at your kitchen table, and typically, again, if I wasn't talking, I'd have this done in 20 minutes. Where else can you make $200 in 20 minutes? Profit. Now, at the office, we'll have somebody who will print these out, paying $10 an hour. Essentially, they'll have it done in 15 minutes. Sometimes when you're dealing with employees, you know how they like to goof off on the man's clock, on the man's time. So let's say, for instance, it took them a whole hour. Well, let's go ahead and say it takes an hour to print the shirts, box them up, label them. Let's say it takes an hour. And if you're paying somebody, an employee, by the hour, where did this come from? And if you're paying somebody by the hour, I messed up something. Let me see. My order is off, folks. I messed up. Let me refer to this sheet. This is a sheet we have them fax over. In this case, we have a catalog that we send out, but they deviated from it and sent their own Excel spreadsheet. So let me look at this here. As you can see, mistakes do happen, and I made one. Let's see, 34, 37. I made a big mistake because I don't know what I did. What I'm going to do is pause the video, see where I messed up at, and then I'll pick right back up. Bear with me just a moment. Alrighty, I'm back. Slight little mishap. There was just a transfer sitting here apparently that I didn't notice was there, and it just kind of threw me off. But anyhow, I'm gonna pick right back up where I left off. As you can see, mistakes do happen. Even with me, as long as I've been doing this, you know, it's going to happen. So if you're concerned about making mistakes, it's going to happen. So you might as well get over that. Don't delay because of that. Don't not start a t-shirt business because you get fearful of advertising in the wrong place or losing some money. That's going to happen. That's the name of the business. And the sooner you get over that, the sooner you will start making money. Now, ideally, if you notice, what I'm going to do here is when I put the t-shirt down on the machine, I want the collar to hang off the edge on the back, because what happens is when I clamp down on the machine, I want a smooth, flat surface, and the only way to get a smooth, flat surface is to get this collar off. So what I'm going to do is push this back over the edge so that it hangs off, and now we have an even, smooth, flat surface. Preheat 2-3 seconds, and we're going to clamp down. And let me show you how far down typically you want your transfer design from the collar. Let me see if I can find a business card or a credit card. And so all I'm doing is taking the shirt off, landing on top of a stool. And as you can see, we can print on dark colored shirts. This is a smaller shirt. This is what we call a youth medium t-shirt. And I'm in the spare bedroom in the garage. I'm just trying to see if I can find a business card. Bear with me for just a second. And I got a box of them here. Typically, the design, you'll generally want it. Here's the collar. I'm gonna do it on a white t-shirt so you can see it better. So let me put it here and just press this shirt. And I've been doing this for so long, I just eyeball it. And I'm gonna wait till we get to a light colored t-shirt. here we go. We got one coming up, folks. This is pretty much it. Really not much to do. I'm sweating. While the machine throws out a lot of heat, it doesn't. The reason I'm sweating is because I'm in the little garage, little corner garage that's generally small, and I got all these video lights on me and some lights overhead, so it's a little hot, in addition to the heat coming from the heat press machine. A lot of people ask how much power. Now, as you can see here, the collar is still here. I'm just going to push it back until it hangs over the edge, and actually, I'm not concerned about getting burnt. I'm really not. So now the collar is right on the edge, and typically, let me bring that shirt back up a little bit. I want the card about right on the collar, and the design. Sometimes you'll have some designs that might not be very close to the top, so you got to be conscious of that. But in this case, the design is pretty right on it. It's probably about ½ an inch from the top. So generally, you want the design itself right here at the top of this M, not necessarily at the top of the paper. And you might have to visualize it sometimes, but I want the M, the top of the design, to kind of be right on the edge of the business card. So if the design was right flushed with it, it'll be right on the business card. And we can still get away with that. In fact, I'm gonna just do that. So what I'm gonna do is drape this back over, and you'll get a general idea. In the beginning, you might have to use a business card or debit card and put your design right up on it. And as you do it more and more, you'll know where it needs to go. Just comes with repetition, practice, doing it over and over and over again. My mother and I started in this business back in 1999, and as you can see here, my happy hour is spent with God. This is a XXX size shirt, a 3X, and by the time you'll notice a little outline from the heat press, and as it cools off, and after we fold it and put it in the package, by the time they get it, all that is gone. And this comes from all the pressure being applied to the t-shirt. And here, same thing. It's going to be about a business card from the collar. And it's not too glamorous, simple. You can do this, literally. My 14-year-old, my 12-year-old has pressed the shirt a time or two. And it's really easy. But anyhow, mother and I got involved in this thing back in 1999. Her site name back in the day was TshirtRiches.com. Designs are generally mirrored, meaning they're backwards, so that way when you print onto the shirt, they come out in a way where you can read it, of course. And 8 to 10 seconds. It's a nice smooth peel. Don't worry about yanking it. Don't hesitate about taking it off. The longer you let it stay down there, depending on the transfer type, it'll start to stick to the shirt, and it will be no good. So again, I'm just gonna lay it down, clamp. Always good to have you some water. Because it gets hot and thirsty. But as I was saying, people ask, will this thing drastically increase their power bill? No, it won't. Now, if you're pressing 1,000 shirts a day, then yeah, you're gonna see a bump in your power bill. But again, if you're pressing 1,000 shirts a day, you're making enough money where it don't matter. And but you won't see a significant increase in your power bill from pressing t-shirts. It's not gonna take up that much power. And as you've heard me say over and over again, you can do this at your kitchen table. Don't croak without Jesus. And these are t-shirts that churches are buying, raising money for their mission trips, their local community. And it's from, you'll see this in a second. And I know there are churches right there in your neighborhood that need a fundraiser if you're doing the religious apparel market, and you just got to get creative. If, say for instance, you have your shirt caters to local sports, you know, the high school teams, the t-ball, soccer, local soccer groups, and you can go to them and the designs that you have, non-Christian related, like I said, we're talking more sports, you can have them start a fundraiser with your shirts. You just got to get creative. How can I use my designs as a fundraiser? And because many of these local groups and these local teams or local shelters or whatever, they're always looking for ways to raise funds, looking for ways to raise money. And you just got to sit down and just jot down some ideas, brainstorm, irregardless to what niche I was in. I'd find a way to do it. You can make it happen. We've sold shirts to nurses. We sold shirts with teacher designs on it. And I'm just going to hush for a second in a minute. And I'm just going to press some just so you can see how long it really takes. It really doesn't take long to get a few shirts out. It really don't, especially if you have a little system going. And what I'm going to do, because the bottom platen is hot already, so I'm not going to preheat. And you just have your shirt ready, and you get ready for the next one. This is what I'm doing. I'm getting ready for the next one. As soon as this one is popped, the shirt's already ready for me to go. So I peel it, throw it, lay it down, grab the next one, pull it up, get the shirt print, the transfer, drop it on the shirt, clamp, and guess what? I'm getting the next shirt ready. So that way I don't have to do this when the buzzer goes off. It's ready. I'm just going to crank it. Peel it, drop it, throw the shirt down, grab the next one. That's why it's important where you place your stool. So that way you can just drop the shirt down on it and you're ready for the next one. Now I'm grabbing the next shirt. Now if I have to come over here and get the shirt, then it's going to take me extra time to get ready for the next one. So, and as you can see, this particular church, the folks tended to like this design. So I'm laying it down, getting the next shirt that's already ready for me, drop it over the edge, grab the design, drop it on the shirt, press, getting ready for the next one. This is a 4X shirt. And peel it, drop it, get it, roll. Grab the next one, come. I'm almost like a little dance routine. As you do it, boom, dropping this. I'm gonna preheat this one. Sometimes I have issues with it. Clamp down, get the next one ready. Get it ready. Now you can see how this can get done in 15-20 minutes. Sooner, possibly. Take me to your leader. Grab the next one. Boom. Boom. And drop it like it's hot. Bam. That's how we roll down here. You know what I'm saying? Smooth motion. Drop it. Grab. See, I wasn't ready. So now I got to pull this one and then turn around, then put it on. See, I was slacking. Showboating in front of the camera and forgot what I was supposed to be doing here. Preheat. Boom. Boom. Bam. Getting ready for the next one. So I'm ready this time. You ain't caught me off guard. You didn't catch me off guard this time. And I got a cold, so bear with me. It comes off, folks. You don't have to rush. Oftentimes people get paranoid a little bit. And this one I came down a little far off the top of the collar here. The collar right here. A little extra space, but I can get by with it. So getting the next one ready. Preheat the shirt. Again, I've been dealing with these designs for so long, I know which ones I generally have to press first, preheat first. So I'm getting ready for the next design here. And we're just gonna peel it off. Dark colored shirt. Now see, that's one savior, 3 nails equal forgiven. Now this is a navy blue shirt. Now same design, because some of the designs can be printed onto light colored shirts. Now there's an extra step where there's an extra step that the transfer companies have to do to get these to work on both light and dark. So you make sure you're conscious of that when you're having your designs created. You make sure you communicate that to the transfer company that the design needs to go on a dark color shirt, and they'll tell you what you need to do extra. And preheat for your graphic designer to do, I should say. Get ready for the next one. Smooth motion. Shouldn't be any ink left on the paper. It's all transferred off. Shirt's already ready. And now I'm just pulling it. Let me get the next shirt ready. And that's one of my favorite designs. You're about to see it come off the press in a second. Hand-to-hand combat. Picture of the guy praying. Hand-to-hand combat. Generally a great seller. Does very well when people see it. Shirt's already ready. This is a youth large shirt, and they make transfers. Keep this in mind also. Sometimes when you're designing, you might make transfer designs specifically for youth. And since youth shirts are generally smaller, you'll make a smaller transfer for the youth size. And you notice the difference in size here. This is a standard adult size transfer. This is a youth size transfer, and you can see the difference here. So keep that in mind. If you want to specialize in the youth market, the transfer company that you choose or deal with will give you the sizes for both the youth and the adult, so that you can communicate that with your designer so they can resize everything properly. And we're going to peel. Youth size shirt, and many of the standard size adult shirts will fit on a youth large without any issue, and in many cases it also fit on a youth medium. And this again is a 4X. This is a 4X XL shirt, and the companies that we deal with stock them on up to 5X. And if you need something larger, you can, there's some suppliers out there that will supply you with 5X, 6X size t-shirts. So I just want to drop that on, get my shirt ready for the next print. Another 4X. Apparently a lot of folks, again, this is one of our popular selling transfers. And I'm just landing on a stool. And the 4X generally want to come down just a little bit more than a business card. And again, these are just little things that you'll kind of learn along the way. And we have another 4X. I guess I don't know what it is. And what we're gonna do is lay it on down. Shirt's already ready. And again, this literally should take about 20 minutes if I wasn't running my mouth. With the preheating, probably add another 5 minutes on there. So let's say 25 minutes. Still 25 minutes. Let me come down a little bit, because it's only on the machine for 10 seconds. See, I didn't get my next shirt ready, so I got to pull it off. This is a 3X. Got some wrinkles on this one underneath. Again, you want a smooth, flat surface. I'm gonna preheat this one. And I'm almost done. I think this one sold more from this church, between this one and the Life Savior. These two designs did quite well with this church apparently. And yet another one. Here's a 3X with the same design on it. And I'm gonna show you. And like I said, these are, and I'm using just regular. This is a Gildan brand t-shirt. I don't have custom tags on these lines, of course. Again, a lot of these are stock transfers. And some of the biggest companies, I believe Caruso is one of the largest distributor of religious apparel into local stores, Christian bookstores, and a lot of the other places that they sell. And many of their shirts just have the regular tag on it. They brand some of their tags in the back, and some of them they don't. Saying all that to say, you don't have to have everything already perfectly set up before you start. You can get going right away. You don't have to, just get started with where you're at, and as you make money, then you can fund and pay for some of the additional things that you want. So you don't have to have a custom tag from day one. You really don't. This is another popular selling shirt. You'll see it in a minute. This is the Survivor from the Survivor television show. Outlive, outpray, outlast is not just a game. Romans 8:37 through 39. That is by far the most popular t-shirt we sold, and that's a stock transfer. That's a stock design. Stock meaning somebody else made it, we bought the transfer and resell it on the t-shirts. Make some money first, then you can start doing all the other stuff. Now if you got money's not an issue. Do what you want. But when I got started, I kind of had to bootstrap this thing. Had to hustle a little bit. Hustle using other folks' heat press machines. And I remember my first order. It was so long ago I don't remember all the details, but I'm just gonna make up some numbers. But a church ordered like one t-shirt, and they were ordering it for a sample. And oftentimes the people who order onesies, they're ordering it so they can see the quality of it first before they go ordering 100 or 200, 300, 400 shirts. But anyhow, the first shirt, I think we sold it for like, I can't remember, $12.95, $14.95. So it came in through the internet. And the company I was buying my shirts from had a minimum order. Well, not a minimum order. They had if I didn't order a certain amount, I had to pay like a $5 surcharge. So the shirt, since I was ordering, I didn't have special case pricing or another level above case pricing. I didn't have that luxury back then. So the shirt, to buy one shirt was like $2.25 or something like that. And so since I was only ordering one, I had to pay another $5 fee on top of that. So my shirt cost me about $7.50. Then the design that they ordered, because I was selling stock transfers at the time, the design that they ordered, I had to order the transfer, and they had I think it was a $50 minimum. It was either a $25 minimum or $50 minimum, meaning I had to order at least $50 worth of transfers. Now all this for a $12 shirt that I sold. So I'm already in the hole. $7.50 to get one t-shirt. They had to order $25 minimum. I'm gonna just say $25 minimum. I had to order $25 worth of transfers to get the one transfer. And then we had to pack the shirt up, box it. Back then they weren't giving away free priority mail boxes like they do now. So I had to go buy my own box, which if you ever been to a local office supply store, they jack the price up on them things. So I had to go buy that. Hold on one second. Sometimes these stock transfers will have some, in this case they had a little copyright thing on it, but I know this doesn't show up well on dark colored shirts, so I'm just cutting this part of it off. Again, these are stock transfers. If it was on a light colored shirt, I wouldn't worry about it, but this is going on a dark colored shirt and it just stands out like a sore thumb. But I had to buy a box to put the t-shirt in. Then I had to buy the postage, and man, I lost money on that first order, but that was the happiest day of my life. At that point, we realized we could make money in the t-shirt business and make money on the internet. And this is a navy blue shirt. It might show up a little. I got to get my settings set up right on this camera. I think it's kind of throwing off the color, making it look like a royal blue. Brand new camera I just bought. Haven't taken the time to get the settings set up right. Just a couple of more shirts and we're done. This is another favorite design of mine. It's let him give you a hand. In fact, it's the one I got on right now. There's one shirt left and we are done. 40 shirts. And according to the video, we've been at this for about 30 minutes now, 29 minutes and some change. Well, I had to stop the video for a minute. Well, yeah, I stopped it. So about 29 minutes. And keep in mind, I've been running my chops, flapping my chops. And this is the last one. So in about 30 minutes, we printed about 40 shirts. With me running my mouth, we can probably trim off 10 minutes of that. And all the shirts would have been done inside of 10 minutes, 20 minutes, I'm sorry. Let him give you a hand. 20 minutes, so we at the 30-minute mark. That's pretty much, you know what, I'm gonna show you one of my favorite designs. I'm gonna make this. This is an extra large navy. This particular shirt is called Killed in the Line of Duty. For whatever reason, this shirt ain't that no right. Let me get the transfer. Killed in the Line of Duty. One of my favorites. Very popular as well. It's a crime scene. Killed in the line of duty. He humbled himself and became obedient to death on a cross. Philippians 2:8. One of my favorite t-shirts, and as you can see, this particular design only consists of 2 colors. So you don't have to, because the more colors you have in a design, the more it's going to cost. And 2-color designs, you can get these printed fairly cheap. And but again, that's one of my favorite shirts. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop the video here. My name is TshirtRiches Ross. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned a thing or two, and have fun.